Colombia.
And together we're having a 2-day veneer class here in Atlanta. Together we've trained over 300 people on how to successfully do composite veneers. This is a class you wouldn't want to miss.
An Atlanta man who went viral on TikTok for veneer transformations is now in the Fulton County Jail.
Brandon Dillard promoted himself as Atlanta's top veneer specialist and trainer, but he's not showing off that expensive smile in this booking photo on 8 felony charges, including practicing dentistry and medicine without a license and theft by deception.
I looked into this guy's bio to see if he was a part of the ADA, you know, the American Dental Association, but alas, he was just another damn Atlantan. In a world where plastic is being put on every single person's body parts, we are finding it ever so common to see people have what we used to claim be celebrity surgeries in the cosmetic field be everyday things that people are getting now. And it's not like school admissions have gone up or college campuses are booming with professionals coming out and taking over these industries. So the question has to arise, where the hell are these people getting the ability to do these procedures? Now, of course, it's no secret that it's illegal to promote doing some sort of dental operation without the proper credentials. But is that going to stop somebody from the city? Hell nah. Let's see. It takes 6 to 8 years to become a dentist or 2 days to become a veneer tech. I'm going to take the 2 days every single time.
Veneer technicians are unlicensed people that are using composite veneers to try to do smile makeovers, but they're ignoring all the underlying dental problems. These people are taking advantage of you because the general public doesn't really know what certifications or qualifications or equipment you need to do quality dental work. At least 2 of this gentleman's teeth have a ton of bacteria in them. See the dark spots. While slapping composite veneers over his teeth, that bacteria has nowhere to go except up into the gum. That bacteria can cause an abscess, which can get into your sinuses, which can lead to sepsis, and yes, ultimately unaliving you.
Now, when I was younger, I used to dream about being a dentist. Hell, I used to even play it with friends and family because I knew I would grow up to be that person. But nowadays, the only times I catch myself in somebody's mouth is my girlfriend's. But that's another story for another day.
I'm gonna throw something at you.
Stop! And the reason why I don't do it anymore is because it's a dangerous procedure. It's literally a serious thing. The mouth is the gateway to the entire body, but obviously that's not gonna stop somebody from making a dollar. This is Brandon Dillard, and I would like to say that he is a one-off, but he is a part of a laundry list of people scamming to be professionals, specifically veneer techs here in Atlanta. In a world where YouTube is DIY central, it is pretty easy to learn a lot of things, or so a lot of people would assume, but usually that's reserved for, you know, recipes or fixing maybe your plumbing or something like that. But something as life-altering as your dental work, I would think that you would want to go to somebody who, I don't know, who's dedicated their lives to being a dentist as opposed to a scammer. And I think this is one of the downsides of the internet, is that you can make yourself look professional as ever. You can have access to all these things by just simply going on Amazon. Hold on, I can be a dentist. Hold on, 1 second. All I need to put on is some shades for somebody and boom, they're gonna let me in their mouths. Crazy style. Now, obviously we're gonna get to blaming the people in question here, the people that are taking advantage of these poor people, but honestly, we do gotta talk about these poor people. I know that the lifestyle that the rich and the famous and the celebrity put in front of you is so superior to yours, at least that's what they want you to believe, but trust me, there is nothing that would have me sacrificing my health and well-being in order to let some sort of strange man who has nice teeth in my mouth. And this would be a different situation if we were talking about getting actual dental work done, because I'm gonna be honest with you, dental work is hella expensive. When I see people on the internet getting braces on their teeth, I think to myself that I'm a little conflicted, because for sure there are some people who actually need braces, and braces can cost a whopping amount of money. But some of these people doing it for cosmetic reasons are just as bad as these people going to veneer tech. I would say the only difference, and it's a slight difference, is the fact that veneer techs are putting shit over the decayed teeth that you have in your mouth and literally shutting that off, rotting your teeth from the inside out, ultimately affecting you for the rest of your life.
All of this black and brown tooth structure, these are cavities. If you put any sort of a material over a cavity, what you're doing is you're trapping in an infection. The only place for the infection to go then would be down the root of the tooth and into the bone area. That quite literally is going to cause irreversible damage to the tooth structure, and getting that fixed by an actual licensed dentist is going to cost so much more than these veneer techs will charge for their veneers.
This is a situation where turning what may start off as a $2,000 or $3,000 issue can become easily a $30,000 issue because you don't take care of it properly. You go ahead and you put a cap over the actual situation. And I don't think that a lot of people even understand or fathom what the road of cosmetic surgery looks like. I can remember K. Michelle talking about all the issues that she had getting these BBLs or all these botched different surgeries that she was getting in the past.
It doesn't matter where you go, these are not legal. I never thought about any consequences. I never heard of any consequence. I didn't have any health issues that I knew of until probably about 7-8 years later. One day when I woke up, my legs gave out and I couldn't walk. I eventually took an MRI and they saw a foreign substance. I found a doctor that specialized in this. It took me about 13 surgeries later in 3 years.
And we don't even have to take it to something like a BBL. We can keep it right here in your mouth. Usually what happens with these veneer techs is they get a lot of celebrity influencers to promote their product. This guy Brandon hooked up with Tia Kemp, you know, Rick Ross's baby mama, you know, Mrs. Well, this situation happened with Winter, another celebrity influencer who got some sort of veneers done, and it went all wrong for her.
2 years ago, I had dental work done at Smile Dental Center 32 in Miami, and it ruined my life. I just left another TMJ doctor. This is the 3rd or 4th one that I've gone to. I can't use insurance. I can't do anything. I've already spent $80,000 pretty much on this whole situation in 2 years.
$80,000 spent and still no resolution has to be the craziest thing in the world. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I only feel semi-bad for Winter here because she's a plastic surgery baby. I know she got indoctrinated by the beauty standards in America and blah, but leave your teeth alone. Unless you need it for medical reasons, and this is a message to everybody, don't go fooling with something that God made for you. It's for you for a reason. But it is kind of jacked up how she's going through 2 years, $80,000, and still has no resolution as to what's going on with her mouth. I'm seeing in the comment section of the video, she's getting people over and over again, TikTok dentists over and over again, that is telling her, yo, come to me, I can help you, it's TMJ, blah, blah, blah. I know exactly what you're going through. But ultimately, if I was her, I would lose trust in the whole dentistry industry. But the sad part about it is, what do? Just give up and live with the chronic pain and not being able to eat and all the other issues that comes with this? Or do you continue to go down this rabbit hole in this money pit of spending your hard-earned dollars as to getting your teeth fixed? Now, the real answer is don't do it from the jump, but that's a whole nother conversation 2 years ago for her. The real issue is the ease of access for people to have the appearance of being some sort of professional. I know I may be joking a little bit with the gloves and the jacket and the toothbrush, but to be honest with you, if you didn't know me as a content creator and I started smiling like this on the internet and saying that I offer veneer specials, there will be people that will be taking me seriously. It's so easy that people are online even bragging about the ease of how they are becoming some sort of veneer tech in the industry.
How did you learn to do composite veneers? There was a girl that was doing veneers. I DM'd her on Instagram and she said that she was teaching a class and it was $800. So she taught me everything. She gave me my certification and then I started the next day. It was only a one-day class.
Where do you get your materials, like your dental bond and your adhesive?
Everything that I need to use, it comes straight off of Amazon.
For the lowly price of $800 in one Amazon shopping cart later, I can charge people a wild sum of money that just so happens to be less than getting actual veneers to take hold of their life and ultimately destroy their mouths forever.
You care about your customers' health?
As long as they still have some teeth, I think it's okay. Really the only time I will say no to doing their veneers is if they're like bleeding that day.
And naturally, it might be mind-blowing to a lot of people that this woman is saying that she doesn't give a damn about what happens to these people. But hey, it's a dog-eat-dog world. I wouldn't expect her to really care about what goes on with these people. What I would expect people to do is take better care of themselves and protect themselves against deviants like her. She definitely deserves jail time, but you gotta protect yourself at the same time. Now, as for Brandon Dillard, Atlanta's very own veneer tech, he's been raided by authorities and stopped in his tracks because you can't be doing stuff like that. And we'll see what happens in the trial as things come, but ultimately this is not a new phenomenon and apparently it continues to go on as time progresses.
Yeah, these are the 8 felony criminal warrants. Investigators still there at this hour. They called this Operation Toothache, and a deputy district attorney figured out what was going on here by seeing a viral TikTok.
Patients showing up here expecting to have dental work, instead found police.
They say that people don't have a license and they're just arresting them all.
You a blood clot. Where my money at? What you talking about?
DA Willis tells me right now they don't consider those people who were given their technician or specialist certificates as criminals. They consider them victims, but if they keep practicing, then they could be charged criminally as well.
Are they serious? One of the main problems why Brandon even got caught up in this situation is because just like anybody else from this generation, they can't resist but put things online. And I get it, he has to advertise his business, but the police were literally saying, look, we saw this online and that's how we caught his dumb ass. And trust me, he's not the only one who's done crazy things like this trying to fake some sort of professionalism. I know you guys remember back in the day when that teen doctor faked being a doctor. Ultimately, he pled guilty and saw jail time because he was playing with people's livelihoods. It's crazy. Or hell, do you guys remember that HBCU treasurer or whoever he was that scammed the HBCU out of a whole bunch of money and was having himself live a lavish lifestyle on the dimes of students who are spending their hard-earned money to go to the school? And just last year, there was a company down in Florida who was giving people fake nursing degrees and supposedly having them do procedures on people under the disguise that they were some sort of a nurse.
The scheme involved executives from 3 Florida-based nursing schools who allegedly sold over 7,600 bogus nursing diplomas for about $15,000 apiece.
Look, I know two things are certain. People want to get a lot of clout off, and also people want to make money. I 100% get it, but there's two things that are true. Getting clout is not necessarily the way to go in life because ultimately, 9 times out of 10, people look like jackasses when they do things just for clout. And second, and most importantly, there are no shortcuts in life. Trying to gain upward mobility by faking a degree or faking some sort of license or certification or hell, jeopardizing people's health and well-being as a whole can only lead you to disasterly results. Dastardly results? I don't know. I'm not a real English matician. I'm a dentist for Pete's sake. I'd like to say this is the last time we see something like a Veneer Tech, but as long as people are eager to be some sort of famous person, celebrity, or whatever the case may be, as long as people can't get over the beauty standards that are set in the US, as long as people are looking to gain some sort of clout, we will see another Brandon Dillard.